Asia is at the cusp of a very interesting diversification strategy that a lot of companies are following. At one level, we say that all companies want to diversify, and at the same time, we know that most supply chains are actually interconnected. But it's interesting, as you look at global trade, $18 trillion of global trade, 25% of that is expected to potentially move from where it actually originates. Asia tends to gain a lot of that 25%. And for that, while people keep talking about China plus one, people do realize at the same time that pretty much everything is in some shape or form going to remain connected to China. And hence, even while Asia is growing, China is going to continue to remain at least 2x of the exports from the rest of Asia. If you take intra-Asia itself, 50% of the trade that happens is happening within Asia for Asia, which means it's originating and a destination country. What this means is, going forward, while Asia is going to be at the core of diversification, it also is going to rely on a lot of partners around it to ensure its growth. There are three specific things that matter. The first one is resilience. It remains at top of mind. The crises after crises that we are seeing in global supply chains is making manufacturers truly think about resilience. And this is not about a buzzword. This is about how can I make my supply chain stronger. This is about how can I use digitization, how can I use autonomous planning, how can I use Gen AI to really ensure I have a stronger sense of what's going to happen in my supply chain and forecast these shocks and their impact. I think the second thing is sustainability. Sustainability is not about, oh, I need to increase costs. Sustainability is about how do I find new ways of doing things which are going to be better for the climate and for the environment, and at the same time better in terms of products. And it does not always have to be a cost escalation. There are actually ways that which, for example, with electric vehicles, that you can actually have a cost reduction and still be more sustainable. And I think the third one is tying all this together with digitization. We've seen digitization take a new world of its own. And it's something that, if you look from an Asian context, I think this is where Asia is actually at the forefront. If you look at the World Economic Forum, every 3 out of 5 lighthouses that are there globally are actually in Asia, which also shows that a lot of the manufacturers have taken digitization to really what it's worth, which is more than just pilots and ideas, to true transformations that are changing the way manufacturing is taking place.